see, that's another thing. But we don't think about that when we roasting each other. You have to be mindful. You guys are in middle school. In high school, it gets worse. So that's why we're coming to you now. Be mindful of the things you say to each other, even if the person is laughing with you. They could be laughing on the outside, but on the inside,
They probably like
sad on the inside, right? Now, I've been doing this going on 16 years, talking about this bullying. The last 5 years, it has gotten worse. And when I say it's gotten worse, the response from our young people. Now they're not just hurting themselves. Now young people are bringing weapons to school. So the next case I'll share with you, it hit a little close to home. This case involved these two young men and another student. This Arian LeBoy, 16 years old. Matthew McCready was 15. Remember I used that word was? Because Matthew was no longer with us. Now in 2017, first couple of weeks of school, allegedly these two young men were picking on another student in their class by the name of Abel Cedeno. Now Abel actually went to middle school not too far from here. He lived in Brooklyn. This incident happened in the Bronx. He went to high school in the Bronx. And on this particular day, the class was a little rowdy, and Abel decided he was going to get up and leave the class. As he was exiting the room, Matthew decided to take a pencil and flick it out. Now, a lot of kids used to tease Abel. They said he looks like a girl, dressed like a girl, acts like a girl. Even if that's the case, does that give us the reason to treat somebody differently?
No.
Of course not. But it happened. And it happened from middle school. I actually had the case. I spoke to his former guidance counselor from his old middle school that's near here. And she told me, yeah, they teased him in school too. But guess what? Nobody did anything for him. Nobody said anything. Abel never told anybody. So on this particular day, when Matthew threw that pencil at him, he was fed up. And he went up to him, yo, I'm tired of y'all. And you know what Arian did? Yo, that's my son, you ain't gonna do nothing. All three of them started fighting in the classroom. What they did not know was that Abel had a knife on him. And in that classroom, he took that knife out and he slashed and stabbed both of these students. Matthew died from his injuries. Arian was left in critical condition. Now, was Abel being picked on and teased? Yes. But he took the law into his own hands. He took the law into his own hands. So this happened in 2017. They just finished this case this year, 2021 in February. He received 14 years in prison. 14 years. It doesn't have to be a knife. It doesn't have to be a weapon. We know where we come from in our community, our parents tell us what? Somebody put their hands on you, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do?
Keep your hands to yourself.
No, if somebody put their hands on you, what you supposed to do? What your parents tell you? Defend yourself, hit them back, right? They don't say defend. Parents don't say defend yourself. They say hit them back or something worse. But as parents, we don't tell you the outcome, what can happen, the consequences. Even if somebody does something to you, let's say you put that person in the hospital, legally, now you're responsible. What Abel should have done was got the adults involved by saying something. When this happened, the school went on lockdown for a few hours. Once they let everybody out, Channel 2, Channel 4, 5, 7, 11, they're all outside, all the news media. And they started grabbing kids. What did you see? What happened? And you know what the kids were saying? Boys and girls, they were crying. They said, yeah, they picked on them all the time. But nobody said anything. I like to think that if one person would have stood up for him, maybe he would have chosen a different route. You don't have to know a person to help them. You don't have to know them. Hey, Mr. Smalls, I was walking past the bathroom and I think there's a kid in there being picked on. Real simple. If you're not comfortable doing that, you can write a note, take it to the office, give it to the secretary, give it to the guidance counselor. Something as simple as that can help a student. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So unfortunately, Abel was charged with murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, manslaughter, 2 counts of attempted manslaughter, 2 counts of assault, and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. That's very important. Because now, like I said, the last 5 years, we're getting a spike in young people bringing weapons to school. And every young person tells us the same thing. Their excuse is,